Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today, I want to discuss something that every athlete, coach, and leader has likely experienced: motivation. Not the kind that fades after a win or loss, but the kind that endures, the drive that pushes athletes to grow, even when no one's watching. Leadership, I personally learned, isn't just about strategy or skill. It's about building that inner fire, that self-belief in others. The power of leadership and motivation. In sports, motivation isn't just about winning. It's about inspiring athletes to push past their limits. Great leaders simply don't coach skills. They coach confidence. They create environments where effort is celebrated. Mistakes are part of learning, and every athlete feels valued. Motivated athletes perform better, stay longer, and develop stronger mental resilience. And that starts with the leadership. Let me take you to a real moment. Picture a team exhausted, behind on the scoreboard, ready to give up. The locker room is silent. Suddenly, the coach walks in. Not yelling, not lecturing. Instead, he says, "Remember why you started. Remember who you are." Suddenly, the heads lift. Players reconnect to their purpose. And that coach didn't just give a speech, he reignited belief. That's leadership, finding the words, the energy, or the empathy to help people rediscover their why. Positive coaching and athlete growth. In 2011, Denson and Avanar found that ethical and positive coaching practices foster athletes' autonomy and motivation. Leaders who focus on respect, integrity, and empowerment create environments where athletes can grow beyond their performance. They grow as people. And this research supports this. They found that positive and ethical coaching builds intrinsic motivation in athletes. When coaches lead with the integrity and respect, empowerment, they create a psychological safety for the players, a space where athletes feel free to take a risk, make mistakes, and grow. This kind of leadership develops not only better athletes, but overall better people. And that's the real power of coaching, shaping a character while shaping its performance as well. Confidence driven leadership. A second study has been revealed by its colleagues that explored on how leadership behaviors influence a team confidence. They discovered that coaches who build trust, share goals, and offer constructive feedback significantly increase athletes' motivation. When athletes feel heard, respected, and valued, they just don't play harder. They believe in deeper. Confidence becomes contagious throughout the locker room and the whole building. It spreads through teams like a wildfire. So, what do motivational leaders do differently? And what separates leaders from the okay ones to the great ones is they simply communicate purpose, not just tactics. They listen as much as they lead. They celebrate effort and not just outcomes as well. Most importantly, they create belonging. Motivational leaders make every athlete feel their role matters, whether it's the star or it's the substitute player. That sense of connection is what keeps athletes coming back with the same passion day in, day out. Lessons for every coach. True leadership in sports isn't about control, it's about connection. When the coaches model trust, authenticity, and empathy, they build an environment where athletes want to give their best, not because they have to, but because they want to. As leaders, our job isn't to push harder, it's to connect deeper. Motivation doesn't come from pressure, it comes from purpose. So, what's the takeaway? The best leaders don't create followers, they create believers. Believers in themselves, in their teammates, and in their process. Motivation is contagious, but only when it's rooted with authenticity and purpose. So, whether you're a coach, a teammate, or a manager, lead with your heart. Because when athletes feel inspired, They just don't perform. They transform overall. These ideas are grounded in the research of Denson and Avanor, whose work reminds us, and Florenza, whose work reminds us leadership and motivation are deeply human, built on ethics and empathy and belief. Thank you.